I could just slip off camera. I could just easily escape that box.
Oh, but can OpTic easily escape the momentum of the guard shift? Like the question here. And you assume so, right? With the way things went last time, Ye should be able to pop off. The cards are all on the table there for OpTic. The writing's on the wall. What other ones do we got? It's like time and time
other
again.
Cliches?
Yeah, perfect. And I'm so excited for this though, to really just get into it. Holy crap, what a series so far. And for the guard to be able to pull out a game like they just did on Breeze so dominantly, OpTic have to show up. It's like sending a message. Yeah. And we saw the mid push here just lurking for a Ye be a lot of what OpTic wanted to do on attack. Let's see what the guard wants to do on attack this time.
And just to rehit, as we're still fighting for mid-map control, I think there is something to say for the guard finding so much success on Saya player on the Jet yesterday to immediately go back to this composition, trying to find more value out of Saya player who really was a non-factor. So, EB, I will give you a bit of a prediction. I think the guard very well may put it away here just by their adjustment. That said, this round, opening first blood looks good, but the pressure is starting to amount as they enter over in towards A. Crashes up top. It's a day one check, but no one's checking it. And Crashes will use that for a double. Site access gain, but a 1v3 required for Valen.
A little bit of missed time mistake we saw in the beginning of the round as the smoke cleared for Jonah P. Valen finds 3 around the corner, and Victor does. We'll see him going forward a lot, even if it's just to activate the fast step and then jump in and come back. Yeah. He's always toying with the opponent.
The high gear shoulders are... Yes. I feel like there hasn't been a lot of real conversation on it, but like that is free information all day. So yeah, I'm curious to see how that would be possibly used. FNS is able to catch a lot of information. The flash comes through, but Victor is also affected by it. Doesn't make too much of a difference though. 3 quick kills for OpTic, and the guard are literally sucked into a bit of a trap here on B.
You see what they're putting together though. It's so good, even if flashing the teammates, they come up on top for those little ones. No, but yeah, OpTic, you see him putting together a few of these strategies already. Victor starting this at A main shift. Instantly turns it on, gets himself to B heaven. They called that play correctly. So far, only losing Ye. Just seek out the last few members of the guard. Oops.
No commentary needed.
Victor, not where Victor is creating problems for the guard.
The other interesting thing about this matchup, obviously in the winners finals, we saw this map very tightly contested. Both teams improved upon what had been their previously worst halves. The guard notoriously bad at offense on this map. They were great finding 6 rounds in the first time through, where the opposite can be said about OpTic. Their defense was struggling until they played in the winners finals, and as you would figure, they also found 6 rounds. So I'm curious to see if there's going to be advantage this time around, and if you can maybe overextend this OpTic defense, because that's really what you have to do, is get Victor in a weird spot or pull somebody away from where they want to hold.
I mean, so far we're verbatim their first meeting, right?
Yep.
First 4 rounds went to OpTic. So we'll see if the guard can recoup a little bit faster than that. Smoke towards mid. That comes out from Valen, and it looks like they are pushing a 1-1-3 right now. I like the pressure across the map to kind of pepper the situation, but OpTic is so ready.
Like, oof. You're going to tell me you're going to get fully suppressed and then dry peek a 3-stack into a crossfire. Don't love that. Valen revealed by his barrel. Last one left would be Ned, and he is just nowhere near a spike. So at this point, I think you just back away, try to hold your life. This will be a 3rd round OpTic.
It's like forced hand, right? You're like, oh,
yeah,
we can't shoot that. Just up above. It's such a hard 0 point to even know where it's coming from and get the right dodge onto it, because overall it's a giant sphere. You put it up or down, it's going to have a nice little grouping of that area. And now, as you said, saving on the Vandal. It looks like the OpTic are doing a really nice job of not even allowing guard to see those sites. To start things off here, the attempt on
takes away space instantly, and that was never really responded to from the guard in the early stages.
No.
It's been a different look, though. OpTic have found value in other places that haven't just been the combination of FNS and Victor. So, I don't know. This is a different ask for the guard.
Yeah, and there's little safeties in what you just said, too, because if any of those fault lines miss, you got the relay bolts to come out as well. Net. Sorry, Crash is holding it down there. Takes down Net. Oh. 1 taps on the board.
Not good here. Fast lane rather will let Crashies out. And the guard are stuck. There is no real exit. There's no real play forward. The Aftershock will try to create space, but it's not to be found. Yates is going to recover. Will not be able to best Trent, so an opportunity for maybe a couple more kills to come through. Trent's still very healthy. Victor sliding forward, has to jump away. Relay Bolt will make sure there's no further contest, and as the flashpoint comes out, Trent will likely shoulder into his death here, and that's exactly the case.
I like the crystal balls for guard, so we can find our 5th map of the series. We got a long way to go. Let's see if they can do it here in round 5.
Ye is actually going to sneak forward with this operator. Guiding light comes out. Ye still feeling fancy with the angle. Checks it. Trailblazer gets the reveal, so Ye has to rendezvous away. That should be mid-map control, as Optic cannot commit too much more forward to hold this position.
A bit of damage too, and you get a direct bite from the Tasmanian pup. Oh, and this is just hold it down, see and wait. A lot of noise being made. I feel like this isn't going to be the take right away unless it's a kill coming in from net. Oh, and that's not going to be it.
No, there's so much. I mean, the fast lane just creates so much doubt for the guard as they come forward, and they try to just take with numbers, and they do get high ground control, but they've lost B main. Marv is playing forward. That's a spike down. Oh, man. To make matters worse, Jonah P and Saya player are completely caught by the 0 point. So it's just not the adjustments that we wanted to see, although surely not. It's information on Victor. This would be a 1v5 if he were to pull this off. Toggles the rope. This will cause Optic to start rotating over, but as he drops down, Stefan has to flash that peak. We'll get all the information they need, but Jonah still good? Surely not. Okay. Yay, finally gets the kill from behind, but goodness, Jonah lived on the high gear.
Yeah, high gear, back and forth, relay bolt, fast lane. You're always considering, like, what's going to come out of that? Or is it just taunting us? It adds a different dynamic. As we said, the guard should be ready to expect quite a few of the plays that will be coming out of Optic, but maybe that's easier to predict on the offensive side, right? Once you see the neon, you make a bit better decision. Here, you have to find the neon and possibly avoid the neon, and she'll be anywhere. Mid's going to be the play again. And the flashes come through, but again, the dry peek towards heaven, blast pack there. So they replicate last round.
But this time it's through vents.
Yep.
Trademark goes down. Net saying, you want to shoot at my rendezvous? Yay. Well, back over towards A ramps. He's going to get concussed, but has he crit enough space to stay alive? Maybe not. He rendezvous back to make sure he's got safety. This is a great set of paint shells and paranoia. That will completely clear off A main. But the shot from Ye still good. Marv immediately back to retake space. This is what we're talking about. The speed of the retake from Optic, so darn quick. And Net and Trent, wishes they may, could do nothing more.
Trent's running through the site. Probably hears the scream. Great job at just not allowing these little touch and goes, the guards pressure mid or towards A, to affect them at all. Right? Crashies will throw this out. Got to keep focus on where this is each round because their rotations have been so good inside of Optic, and the 0 point finds a few mid this time.
This time Trailblazer is allowing Net to get super aggressive over towards vents early. And some respect here. Ye's going to back off, thinking that the trademark position that he's now installed into A tower is enough to keep the defenders on the low ground safe. Seeker is out. Victor in a bit of trouble, but once again, high gear just gets him out of dodge for free.
And look at the util too. Now coming through, Rolling Thunder's in, shift. Could this be enough? The retake from Optic we get to see now.
Oh, but Ye sees the back shoulder of Trent. Not quite able to capitalize. Net will reveal himself. Victor, there it is. Breaks the camera, just slides through. Unbelievable. So now you can focus everything on the retake itself. That said, you have the tools to break this open if you're Optic. One flash, one aftershock in the fault line, which the fault line actually does connect very heavily. Nova Pulse, and this is a great overhead view of it. Counter flash from Jonah does not allow a chance to stop the initial play forward. And now high ground control. Marv further making this difficult for the guard, trying to create space on the clock. Valen last one left, 1v3. I don't believe he's done enough. It'll be close. I don't think he's done enough.
Team Ace.
Ooh. Half a second there. Guard just cannot find an answer in the site or not. They are being stopped down.
Oh boy. And now how about this? First look we've seen from OPTIC to take away convincing control of a main fault line. Flashes 3 members deep is this play. And Crashes is still holding on to a flash in case they want to go further. But as the fight comes to them, even exchange, that's actually not bad at all from the guard's point of view.
That should be a one and done. Oh my, FNS coming up with some frags right now. The 3v3 stopper into the site, connects with Crashies as it forces him off the screen. And now it's going to be OPTIC, puts himself, out on a limb.
Oh, net just drops. Who fell onto his forehead.
Yes.
But the spike does get delayed. Marv still the potential to try to clean this up, but it's a stack side by side for the guard.
Plagued right now in the past few rounds of losing too much before getting to the site. There, they were able to kind of stave it off. Maybe it was just the right numbers down. We'll have to see. But Guard needs to be able to carry these next ones here to build economy and get themselves back into this.
Going to be tested here. Seems to be happy with it, though, at the rendezvous, keeping him safe. Waits out the boombot, which, we'll pretend like we didn't see that.
Oh.
But with this little sneak through, boy, not good news. And man, it's another, again, you have to guarantee clearance if you're Saya player with that boombot.
You're not wrong. That's such a good point. I was going to say it's the first round they haven't made too much noise, but that's only because the boombot went the wrong way. So it becomes a dry peak again. Another thing that we've been seeing take members of the guard down, having to just get themselves into position. He heard that. Doesn't have time to switch up. Oh, you're kidding me, So much info grab.
Fault line from across the map from FNS to keep him safe? Sure looked that way.
Yeah. It has been used. There's this synergy right now of knowing when each other need help, how to play that situation. The instant charge and use of the fault line just OPTIC. Okay, Saya shuts me up for a moment as in meeting Crow. Talking about OPTIC. Guard now take out a few for themselves for the 2v2.
This would be huge for the guard. And you've got a setup here to where you hope that VALORANT can just delay for as long as humanly possible. Let Jonah just be essentially clutch win condition. Knife out. Rolling Thunder through. That will call Jonah to move a little bit quicker to help out his teammate. As his position's revealed, it's a 1-for-1 exchange. FNS down low. Does not get the flash off. Jonah steps over the top. Actually, part of it was an aftershock to flush him through.
Took a step back. Stop playing OPTIC's game. The worry about Victor's Neon game. I like that they kind of left one in there, too. It's like, yeah, Valen's here, and you might have hit one other just for a bit of knowledge. But see what they can do. If they figure out what Victor wants to do and how to pressure, and Guard goes back to playing their game, as I was saying.
Yeah. Dear Holy Knife means free Trailblazer, right? So this is free utility for the Guard to get aggressive control of A ramps for the first time, mind you. So pressure now mounts towards Ye. Operator on the site, flash, concussed, still holds his ground for a touch, gets a read on the player from behind, is able to deny the teleport of Valen to get into the site, and as OPTIC regain control of high ground, now it's down to the Guard to try to set something up here around the low, and boy, I'll tell you, this Cosmic Divide is making life very difficult as OPTIC continue to pick apart this Guard setup.
Slow peaks, still with the operator is so terrifying. Spike's going down, it's in a defensive position, and they're yanked off real quick by Marv, still throwing that Astra in there. OPTIC love the potential, and it delays enough for both frags required. OPTIC are not giving an inch on these rounds. The timeout pays off. They reorganize, reset, and take the rounds back from the Guard.
Look, it's just a good clinical dissection.
I mean, Victor was just on top of that scoreboard. Crashes and Ye were like, you're right there. Don't worry about it. It's much more possible that they do make that a third game scoreline now of what we just saw on Breeze by stopping Guard dead in their tracks after 2 rounds. It's such good. It's so good to see from teams that that can come back from those rounds. Seeing them pressured into certain situations. I mean, if you have a team that just wins everything and goes, you wonder what the fault is and how many people can kind of pressure that, right? Push on that pressure point once it's found. But both teams showing us how well-rounded they are here. OPTIC able to pull a bit back in their favor. 4-4 for this round, though. I think we're going to get tested on an A site tape.
Well, thinking about it, you don't have a commitment from the spike itself, even though all of the guard members are pushed forward into this. And boy, this is a bit disjointed, isn't it? Seekers through doesn't really do too much. That's the spike down, net on his lonesome, 1v4. I would have to make something happen with a variety of different scopes, whichever he prefers. Opts for the quicker scope of the tour. And even though his position is revealed, but to say he may have a bit of clearance here, but no, not the case. Marv quickly.
That Ye can now be in your face and then be a protector of the site, right?
Yeah.
And then that makes you change your mind the whole time. He has so much domination over the game, and we can get that out of Sire player too, right? Both these teams have that ace and goal. It's just we're not seeing it this time. That Raze again isn't coming online, and this could be the final round as OPTIC push a 10-2 onto the guard.
And the guard have no idea what's around this corner. So much utility. Coming out of F&S. Re-clearance by way of guiding light, but OPTIC is ready for this hit. They've got two members topside A. Ramps flash comes out, opening a trade. Fast lane creating a bit of space, but not enough. Saya player taking that will also turn the judge into a rifle as it's the guard on the high ground at A.
Yeah. Just the advantageous play. Judge, blast pack, ramp. Somebody's close. Bye-bye. Lay down the verdict. Guard doing a little bit more now in A.
That should be the round, really. I say should very selectively, though, Riv. Yep. We'll see. Headhunter, operator, caught swapping between the two. It'll be a 9-3 half, even though the guard...
Use Victor. Or offensive side, sorry, the first time we saw them.
Sure, yeah.
Now the defensive side looking a bit more robust, gives them 9, and now Victor can go to work with what he's intended to do, Shift.
Yep. Fault line through. This time, though, the guard are going to counter by just spamming through it. Fault line was also a part of the picture, even exchange, as the spike makes its way on, and Victor just takes away so much control, even pushing all the way in towards screens. Alleviates the zone, though, allowing an opportunity for the guard to freely walk forward, but as they do, it's Ye who meets them, and a numbers advantage for OPTIC as they look for their 10th round.
That is the fortunate for OPTIC, unfortunate for guard. Obviously, that's the guiding light that they were going to use to get into the site. Now OPTIC can just kind of hold hard angles and not really have to worry about losing their eyesight. Here comes the plant down. Well garrisoned inside that A. On the flank from the guard. Let's see what they can do here. Classic and Headhunter ready.
And the guard should know that the post plant is all on the site here. They're even letting Net search to see if anyone's lingering towards sewers. So now they for sure know. Boombot's still in half the side player, but decides just to go blindly. And as the fault line has been recharged, Net gets completely grounded, and OPTIC take the pistol.
So that frag from Ye onto Jonah P was huge for the retake. 10-3 as we start off our second one. It looks like it's just going to be the pretty timid buy on the side of OPTIC.
This is what the desk had brought up, that Ye was getting so far forward for free. It's a double stack 2-2 split in mid, trying to deny events from Ye. And well, as his different utility gets destroyed, he'll know that someone's going to be threatening him over in towards the vent entryway. Fast lane goes up, but slowly walk forward OPTIC. And still the guard are nowhere to be found. They're still trying to isolate Ye mid-map.
They know Ye's mid-map. Oh, they know. What? Why does it matter, Shift? Does it matter?
Dude.
Oh my god.
There's no way. You can't, there's no way.
I love that the intention was to kill Ye. Ye is going to be here so much that OPTIC basically just walked onto B, and it didn't end up working in mid.
They didn't find a single kill on that. It was a 2v4 with information from the guard's point of view. Oh man, that's disgusting. Curious to see what exactly the guard want to do with this setup that they have right here on top of A. There's a lot of pings for both sides, looking to get top A control, and as Victor high gears forward, stun comes through, he wants the gunfight, but Net turns him aside. So good first blood for the guard. You would think that would mean significant control over to the A defense, but still pushing forward is OPTIC, and as Trent gets an opportunity to follow up, he largely misses on it. It's a solo peek from Net that turns into a 1v1, and as the kill feed goes pinstripe, it'll leave Crashies left by his lonesome. But he's got some sound cues, and he's got the ability to elude this entire setup by slipping back over to B.
Yeah. Great thinking. Chambers down. avenues of escape are up. And he's going to take ropes immediately. And he can tell the map has been rotated. Like, going this fast with a minute left. What a read so far. The comms have come into Crashies. He'll have a 0 point. Even if a little early, the denied or the info or negative info is still going to help him a bit. But man, this is a task here.
Yeah.
To carry this bonus over would be ridiculous.
You would have to get a flash double immediately.
Is that the... Oh, no, he still has flash. That was a guiding light.
That was guiding light, yeah. Paint Shell's back corner. Oh, that might be it. Yep, sure is.
Yeah, tough one there. You just get pinched out, especially when you have a raise on defense. And that nade has not been used. Good luck hiding in the back of any site for a portion of time.
Because Ye was not touched at all.
Exactly.
In the optic battle. Net just was not hanging with him, and again, because Saya player chose to play Raze on both maps, he wasn't bringing an op out of his own. So you have to start to turn that conversation, because El Diablo has been different in these last 2 series that he's played versus the Guard.
I mean, you go 8-0 in opening frags, and
exactly,
yeah, people are afraid of you, right? Like, they want to go to a different site 100%. Right now, shoulder peeks mid 3 there.
Nothing.
Net tries his hand.
The relay bolt forces out one other. So again, mid-map control that has to be considered for the Guard as they send a flash forward. It may have been too soon, so you still don't know what's lurking in towards mailroom. But for Optic, it's all 5 members. Expect to see the fast lane, followed up by the fault line, followed up by dissection from Marv. There it is.
Oof.
Here comes the take forward. Paint Shells comes through the delay for at least a little bit, but Victor still clears the ground. Aftershock clearing off where the plant would likely be.
What a good
hide.
hide.
Player's still on. Hold on a second. Side player is still here, and the Guard are going to be able to find the way to out-trade this. Last player left is Ye. He gets caught. That is a brilliant adjustment from the Guard.
Really nicely done. A great read by the Guard. And Shift, we have to say, an incredibly important round. I think they all are here on out for the Guard to keep their... from backs against,
to not even worry about holding on the site.
Exactly.
We can retake on the backside of the paint shell. So good efficiency from Saya player there. Setting up their defensive retake, and now an opportunity to really tilt the scales back into your favor. It's just one rifle for Ye.
So they've seen Jonah P here quite a few times. Looks like Optic's trying to play off that tendency that they've seen. No frag just yet. Jonah's going to hold back. Better safe than sorry. Quick Trailblazer into ropes.
Also, keep in mind, what this defensive setup for the Guard is over towards B itself. It's double trademarks up top. So you may expect the first one, but do you expect the second? Both players on the site very comfortable as Jonah continues to have this battle over through fence. Fault line will come through. Will there be a full retake? Well, careful. Marv on the outside nearly blows up the play individually, but it is the Optic that have to concede space.
Tell me they go around the world. I love that you pointed out the trademarks as well, because we're seeing that shift from the Guard, right? Those have been on A main and on ropes. Now, Double Heaven could definitely take somebody off guard, and it is going to be the rehit. They obviously have to go back for Spike, but how will they pinch here from the rope side? And still, you have net anchoring, so Guard feels comfortable in this hold.
Yep, 100%. There's the fast line. This will give it away. Play has to be on towards A. Fallon, nearly flashed out, but the combination of him and Trent are good. And then, well, you spam through the neon walls, and no problem there for the Guard to get the defuse. But at least for Optic, you're able to turn an eco into a plant and a kill.
I mean, you see how quick Guard snapped down on that and get the kill, right? You could ask yourself, why not just do that in a second bit? Spikes in the hands of FNS as we start this round. Rolling Thunder's up, too, for both teams.
Yeah, that's going to be the interesting thing, because Optic in the past have chosen to use their Rolling Thunder almost immediately just to take convincing space, not necessarily to use it as a post-plant secure. So we'll see if that changes. Dueling flashes open up space for Optic to take through mid, but there's a trademark lurking in through vents, which Jonah will use as next point of contact, while the rest of the Vera defense is largely just playing passive, waiting for a stack to come, maybe even through mail as they double check and clear.
Oh, there's a lot going off. So much invested in this round. Can it be the one that Optic pull back?
Crashes get scouted, though. Jonah's going to have a free peek here.
You know where he is?
There it is. That's the denial. Null command now down. But the plant will be given away. You have to look at Trent. How do you use your Rolling Thunder to retake? Cosmic Divide will be spent first for Optic, trying to reinforce the post-plant setup. But as Crashy's taken away, there's the showstopper in combination with the Rolling Thunder. Side player uses that for one, but the fight back from Optic is still good. FNS concussed beyond recognition on the site, avoids the flash for a second, but it's Jodo who gets the double. Marved, last one standing up top.
Waiting.
Tries to wait for as long as possible. Valen sticking for at least half. Dark covers littering this. Valen still holding, and there's not enough ammunition. The guard successfully retake. And now we got...
Before we see a rookie team do this again, it's been spectacular by the guard, and this is a reason here why they're able to show so well, pushing Optic to a timeout because of that teamwork, that patience, knowing when they do and don't have to go the extra step, even from behind.
Love this little play from the guard. Take away B garage immediately. Double trademark set up through vents. So you're comfortable for any push through to A heaven, so you've got your defenders low.
Go button.
Yep, sure looks that way. Retake of B main is successful for Optic. Three-man stack up top. Trent gonna be the first one tested, likely. Oh no. Overdrive's also out here. Yeah, sure does. But still, the thing about this is not a pinch that's coming through successfully. Jonas tries to sidestep to the dirt cover, but the kills come through, and Optic, once again in thrifty rounds, show you how good they are. Still a 3v1. Valen, last one left. Not a lot of tools to retake this B side either.
Isn't it absurd, Shift, how they can continue to do this on the thrifty rounds? Just run around, clap some hands together, throw some change, confuse them, take their guns, and take the round all together. You have to consider what that actually means for a squad, right?
Yeah, for real.
In just money and round wins, extra alt points, things you can set up down the line and how you're achieving them. Every little bit matters, and the thrifties are really ones to capitalize in that area. Valen has ult ready. He's been using it to kind of be a nuisance, be a distraction. This fight in Zip continues to happen, and Crashies wins this time with a bit of help from Victor.
Yeah, that's just too greedy from Jonah. He's been in that same position a couple of different times.
Great point, yeah.
And now, look at this. The guard think that with that miss over through mid, these defenders at B have to take garage control. And what a call it is! Valen for two, just a double peek, and that actually puts a significant amount of control in favor of the guard. The spike's down here in garage. You have to retake this.
Out of this bigger pinch. Answered. 2v2 now.
Still, though, that is not bad at all for the guard. Good awareness, good heads-up play. Gives you a chance. And look at the long lurk from Net. He's going to be in a spot to make sure there's no rotation, but the problem is Trent gets caught off guard in the opposite angle through dirt. Spike planted. Net gives up the operator in favor of a rifle. This would be a 1v2. Optics post plant starting to get set up through the high ground. Marv would be probably win condition here, as Crashies will be closest to checking as soon as Net decides to toggle. He's gotten full clarity of what's on the site itself. Can he isolate? The answer is no. Optics send it to a map 5.
Oh my.
Oh my, indeed.
I am so happy this is what's going down.